up, YouTube? Alright, today I'm going to do a video on my custom dehydrated dinners. I got a request to do a video just on my dinners. I'm in the middle of packing boxes and moving out of my apartment. There's not much furniture left. I have a storage unit. I'm slowly moving stuff in. I leave in less than 30 days. And just getting organized and working every day on top of getting ready for the trail. So I'm going to quickly go over my dinners and how I made them and what's in them, how I cook them, and so on and so forth. So I'll put you down right here. And what we have here is this is a dehydrated dinner that's vacuum sealed and labeled and ready to go. This is going to go in one of my boxes. But for the sake of this video, I have one that had a puncture and lost the seal, the vacuum seal. So I'm going to open that one up and show you. But I labeled each one with a date, what's in it. I did 100 dinners total. I cooked and dehydrated for about a month. And in all my boxes, there's about 100 dinners. But this one is quinoa, black beans, garlic, kimchi, Indian simmer sauce, sriracha hot sauce, and spices. The spices are all like organic green flavoring spices, oregano, parsley, thyme, all the Italian type spices. Nothing crazy, just a little bit. And then also in here is some high quality salt that doesn't have any heavy metals. Most salts are full of lead and arsenic and mercury. There's only a couple brands out there that don't have heavy metals. So in here is also an oxygen absorber. You can't see it, it's right there. But that's to help being stored for, I made these almost a month ago. So, and it's beginning of March right now. So some of these dinners I won't open for like almost 4 or 5 months because I made them so far in advance. But yeah, you can get everything. I bought the dehydrator and the vacuum sealer and all these bags on Amazon. It was like 150 bucks for everything. It wasn't that expensive. They're pretty cheap. This is my koozie. And I'll open this up. This is what I cook everything in. So in here, that's the lid. That's the bottom piece. And then I have my pot, which is just a Toaks little guy. I don't know the size. And then this is a cold soak jar from lightsmith.com. Just a basic number 5 plastic cold soak jar. You can look on the bottom of all your plastics, and in the little triangle is a number. Anything lower than 5, you don't want to put hot liquids in. You leach a lot of plastics into it. So this is pretty good for putting boiling water into. I still will get a little bit of microplastics, but not a lot. Nothing to cry home about. So yeah, that's all in the frame. So yeah, in here, this is one of my dinners that got punctured, and I'll open it up so you can kind of get a visual. This is essentially that, and you can see it lost its air. Probably like 1 out of 20 meals I did. There was either a tiny little hole in the bag or the food punctured the bag, maybe, the dehydrated food. It's really sharp. So I had to re-vacuum seal a couple, but nothing crazy. And just cut on the trail. I'll just use a little knife and do that. But that's essentially what's going on there. See if we can get a better visual. through the Ziploc. You can see the oxygen absorber now. You can see the dehydrated hot sauce. You just put hot sauce in a dehydrator, and it dehydrates really well. I can bring it out, show you. But yeah, that's essentially. Get rid of this thing. Seems to be stuck to the hot sauce a little bit. The vacuum sealer. So all my meals got one of these. It's just you can buy these. They're little silica oxygen absorbers on Amazon, food grade. On the other side of this, it's hard to tell, but this is hot sauce on one side, and then part of my Indian simmer sauce that's dehydrated as well. And if you've ever made like fruit leathers in a dehydrator, it's the same theory. You just spread out the sauce thin on a dehydrator plate and let it cook. I did most of my meals at all the food mostly around 130 degrees. Um, and I just kind of eyeballed it. Like most of it was around 24 hours. Some of the stuff I let go a little longer. Some stuff didn't even need 24 hours, like beans and quinoa dehydrate really well, really easily. So on trail, I'll open up my things, my meals, and I'll just stick them in this cold soak jar, and I'll pour it in. And that is a lot of food, man. Like this is like a triple. This is like a triple portion. Um, you can see it's like, I don't know. It's hard to tell, but trust me, this is when you buy dehydrated meals from REI or something, and they have single and double portions. This is definitely more than a double portion. Um, I'd say it's about a triple. And so what I'll do is very simple, and I can do this like 20 minutes before I get to camp, or I can do this right when I get to camp. Get the water soaking, boiling, pour it in, and seal it all up and let it sit. For the longer you let it sit, the better it'll be. And I'll put it in my koozie, and it's 100% sealed, and it's going to cook in there really well. And you just let that sit, and then you can go set up your tent or do whatever you got to do. I'll usually take a little wet wipe uh, bird bath and get all my stuff organized, and I'll even pull out my snacks for the next day and get that in the right pockets. And um, yeah, I'll do little things, and then 15-20 minutes with this soaking, and you just open it up, and you leave the koozie on the bottom and get your spoon. I have a little bamboo spoon that I cut down to fit inside here, and you'll have yourself a meal. And I'm gonna boil some water and let it soak, and I'll spare you that time, and I'll show you what it looks like after. And that's essentially my meals. I did a variety. I did quinoa, wild rice, and some brown rice and some white rice a little bit, but it's probably 90% quinoa meals, and then a variety of beans. Um, the beans vary, mostly kidney beans, but lots of black beans, lots of navy beans, and then every single one has a bunch of dehydrated garlic. What I did is I put a bunch of garlic cloves in a blender with a little bit of water and turned it into a paste. And then I spread that out over the dehydrator plate. And I dehydrated, leather, garlic leathers, but they get really crispy. They're not leathery at all. They dry out really well. Um, And the kimchi also, I just spread out. I bought pre-made kimchi from the grocery store, and I just spread it out in the dehydrator. It's just lettuce essentially or cabbage, so dehydrates really well, really easily. Um, that's a piece of the kimchi right there, actually. Um, and yeah, and then just the Indian simmer sauce, which is kind of bound. This is the Indian simmer sauce. It's kind of just a like almost a leather, but it dries out really well. All the oils dehydrate, um, and it works out really well. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna boil some water and stay tuned. All right, we're gonna open it up. It's been 20 minutes. I gave it a shake, a few shakes. I can tell it needs a little more just by the sound. Um, but that's 20 minutes. And you can see it's looking pretty good already. I mean, that's definitely edible. That smells amazing. This is like, if you could buy this on trail or at a store, wow, it would probably cost like $30 because a good to go dehydrated meal double portion I think is like 16 plus tax. Depends where you get them, but yeah, I think they're just under $20. So this is custom, all organic quinoa, organic beans, organic garlic, organic kimchi, organic spices, um, high quality salt, heavy metal free salt. Man, this is, I'm excited about this. I mean, when after a long day on trail, um, to be able to have this with just a simple boil and be able to just quickly have such a nourishing meal, like wow, what a blessing, and 100% it's worth the month it took of dehydrating. And you could, if you were motivated, I worked every day during all that, so um, I would, I would wake up in the morning and put stuff in the dehydrator, take stuff out of the dehydrator, and then at night I would cook everything, and I would go to work all day and dehydrate all day. The other thing I forgot to mention, which I did, and I'll show some pictures throughout. Also, there's two things. I did a lot of lentils as well. I forgot to mention that. There's a bunch of lentils in these meals. The other thing I forgot to mention, which is crucial, is all my starches, all my rice, and all my quinoa. I de-starched them, and for me, this is crucial. And what happens? Your body turns starch into sugar, and it creates a dysbiosis in your gut, which is basically the microbiome in your gut dying off and reacting in a negative way and not benefiting from the food you're eating. Um, the problem with starch is it creates straight fructose. It does, or straight glucose. Sugar, like when you eat fruit, it's glucose and fructose, right? The fruit and the sugar. When you have glucose by itself, like when you eat rice, it's just straight glucose your body's creating, and your gut microbiome can't defend against it. It suffers. And when you have fructose in there with fruit, that's why fruit's really good for you. The sugar is balanced with the fructose. The glucose and fructose balance. There's a chemical reaction, and your microbiome benefit from that. So sorry for the long explanation, but to de-starch your rice, what you do is you cold soak it for 24 hours, and you wash, and then you thoroughly rinse it, wash all the enzymes, um, and crap off it. There's like other stuff too. There's microplastics in rice. There's heavy metals. There's all kinds of shit in rice. And I did this with my quinoa too. And you cold soak it for 24 hours. You rinse it thoroughly. And I did this with all natural spring water, no tap water. This is sourced from a natural spring here in Washington, outside of Seattle, straight out of the ground, no filter, and it's stored in glass. No microplastics in this water, um, and I got a Ayurvedic copper dispenser. So this is special water, and I cooked all my food in real natural spring water, untouched, unfiltered, straight from the ground. But what you do is you cold soak your stuff for 24 hours, rinse it thoroughly, preferably with some good water, not tap water, and then you cook it. I have a ceramic rice cooker. I cook everything in my rice cooker. So what you do is you cook your rice, right, and then you take it out, and I put it in glass Tupperwares. You let it sit, room temp, roughly get to room temp. Then you throw it in the fridge for 24 hours at least. And what happens is the rice goes, there's some kind of reaction. I don't know what the word terminology, I forget, but there's a reaction that happens um, when the rice goes hot to cold, and when it sits cold for a while, it kills off the starchiness of it. And your microbiome actually benefit from it in a tremendous way. Like your body doesn't turn it into straight sugar anymore. So yeah, I de-starched all my grains, all my quinoa, my wild rice, brown rice, and white rice, and I even did that with my legumes as well. Um, I did a like extra cold soaking, and I stored all my legumes in the fridge just because I had the process down. I don't know about legumes, how much it benefits from it, but definitely rinsing your legumes, your beans, your lentils, and using not tap water is crucial for me. And all my water and stuff at home is glass and cork. I don't use any plastics. So the trail is a compromise. Like obviously, I'm not going to carry glass and cork on the trail, but one year I do want to hike the trail with a pack animal, preferably goats. Um, and I would like to try and do it all plastic free and carry cast iron and steaks and dry ice and like go crazy, healthy, eggs and everything. Just like have like amazing meals and hike the whole PCT. Goats are the only pack animal that consider you the alpha. So horses, llamas, donkeys, mules, when they get scared, they run off, right? And they dump your gear everywhere, and you have to find them like miles somewhere off trail. um, Goats run to you. They consider you the alpha. So, and when they get scared of whatever, a mountain lion or something or anything, they run to you. And so they don't run off with all your stuff. I've seen a lot of traumatic uh, videos, and even in person in real life, I've seen horses getting rescued by helicopter off the PCT that got spooked by a beehive and ran down this canyon and went head over heel and broke their legs and stuff. um, Goats would never do that. Goats are going to run straight to you. So goats, best pack animal out there. If anyone is into goats and you have a goat farm, message me. I will come and learn and stay with you and give you free work and trade to get into goat packing. But anyway, um, thank you for watching. I'm going to let this sit. I am going to eat this. I'm going to let this sit for another 10 minutes. So Um, it's just like extra thick, and so 30 minutes is about um, like ideal, but you can eat it within probably 15, and it's going to be good if you dehydrate your own meals and get into it. I just took a bite. Oh my gosh, so good, super spicy. The other thing I forgot to mention This will stay warm for a long time, like over an hour at least. Like I just got distracted with a little project, and this has been sitting for almost an hour, and it's still plenty warm for a nice hot meal. It hasn't even started to really get lukewarm at all. So if you make one of these koozies, this is just metal like duct tape, foil tape, and this is kind of like that normal insulation stuff with the air bubbles, but this is different. It doesn't have the air bubbles. It's very similar. It's like a metal duct insulation. It's a little thinner than the stuff with the air bubbles that you're used to seeing, and it's doesn't have the air bubbles. It's just flat um, metal foil layer, a bunch of little plastic layers, and then another metal foil layer. And I just made this um, real rough, easy, quick, um, nothing fancy. You know, it'll probably get destroyed halfway through the trail, and I can make another one on the trail. Um, and the other thing I did, which I'll show you, is the bottom half can double as for my pot. It'll double as for tea, for making hot tea. And what I did is I made a little indent in the koozie for my mouth, so I can put my lips directly on the pot and just drink out of it without, you know, making a mess trying to drink off the side with a drink from the foil. So yeah, that's it. Really excited about these meals. This is like unreal amount of food. This is a triple portion, super fucking good, man. So excuse my language, but super good. I am thoroughly impressed with myself. Dehydrated Indian meals all the way. Mexico to Canada on straight Indian food. I have a bunch of different flavors. There's probably like 5 different flavors of simmer sauce, so I won't get sick of it. I know I'm gonna be. I mean, it's just so good. Like be able to have this after a long day of hiking, like whoa, it's gonna be incredible. So grateful, well worth it. Go out, do some hiking, do some dehydrating, play with it, experiment. It's totally worth it. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.